And what those people did when they violently attacked the Capitol in order to stop a constitutionally mandated meeting of the Congress to accept the results of the Electoral College is a stain on our history. And every one of those sons of who did that, we ought to find them, try them, and send them to jail. And one of the critical mistakes made in this campaign is that Donald Trump has now said, I'm going to pardon those people because they're hostages. No, they're not. They're thugs.
Well, there you folks have it from Karl Rove himself. I think if you had asked me 20 years ago what the bane of all evil was, what the systematic sort of corruption of the Republican Party had become, who the worst actors were in the Bush administration, I would have given you Karl Rove and Dick Cheney. And now I find myself agreeing with them on the Republican Party. Holy What Rove said there was kind of clear, and we'll show you actually the whole 2 minutes where he ripped the Republican Party, he ripped the January 6th terrorists. I mean, what timeline are we in? Where are we? When guys who supported a war in Iraq based on lies that got millions killed, when guys who supported torture as a policy, who ignored Katrina, are the guys who are the voices of reason in today's Republican Party. Like, what the has happened to our world?
That's why I've called in a specialist to help me with my campaign.
Did it suddenly get cold in here?
Francine, meet Karl Rove.
Let's get started.
I 100% agree with Rove, and if he wants to join our side, come join us. Dick Cheney already has. You know, Liz Cheney's out there probably fighting harder than Merrick Garland to make sure Trump's held accountable. I mean, it takes everyone in democracy to defeat authoritarianism, and I'll take them. It doesn't mean I find Karl Rove any less of a large pile of congealed slime than I did.
Sorry.
20 years ago when he found ways to cheat in elections, smear opponents, and do all that he did.
Wait, I know you. You're the amoral puppet master behind George W. Bush.
Thank you.
I mean, it is an incredible moment. You know, that's how far they've gone. That's how we've crossed the Rubicon. That old saying about Caesar bringing the troops into Rome, which is what led to authoritarianism. Yeah, the threat of authoritarianism has led even folks like Karl Rove and Dick Cheney and others to jump off the bandwagon and attack Trump and attack this Republican Party.
If they were smart, they'd take the January 6th and go hard at it. And they would say, he wants to pardon these people who attacked our Capitol. I worked in that building as a young man. To me, the Congress of the United States is one of the great examples of the strength of our democracy and a jewel of the Constitution. And what those people did when they violently attacked the Capitol in order to stop a constitutionally mandated meeting of the Congress to accept the results of the Electoral College is a stain on our history. And every one of those sons of who did that, we ought to find them, try them, and send them to jail. And one of the critical mistakes made in this campaign is that Donald Trump has now said, I'm going to pardon those people because they're hostages. No, they're not. They're thugs. There were people, some of them had automatic weapons at a hotel in Virginia hoping to be able to be called up. We had people saying, where's Nancy Pelosi? We had people who were, taking desks and sitting at the desk of the Speaker of the House and attempting to, find people in order to bring them to justice and saying yelling at the police, kill them all. And so why Trump has done this is beyond me. If he had said, you know what? I trust our jury system. I trust law enforcement. Anybody who assaulted the Capitol ought to be. I mean, he said it once or twice, but now he's appearing in a video with people who assaulted police officers with an intent to take the Capitol by force. So, look, I'm a Republican. I don't want to have a Democrat president. I want to have a Republican president. But we're facing as a country a decision, and everybody gets to make it, as to what kind of leadership we're going to have. And to me, it is a mistake on the part of the Trump campaign to allow the president's impulses to identify himself with the people who assaulted the Capitol rather than people who stand for law and order.
Yeah. And he's damn right. They're criminals, and they ought to be held accountable. Many of them have been. None of the top folks have. Hell, some of them are still running Congress. But what do I say here? Kudos, Karl Rove. Thank you. The more voices that speak out, the better. We need them. This is the most important election in my lifetime, and we need to stop authoritarianism right now and get a reset. And honestly, have one of those moments like after the 1930s and after the 1860s where our democracy has a chance to flourish and improve again. So, Karl Rove, Dick Cheney, God, I still don't like you. Maybe hate you, but thank you for speaking out.
There's one person I would like to thank without whom this would not have been possible. Karl Rove. Karl, where are you? There he is. Come on up.
Yeah, I'm good right here. My work is done. Farewell, Stan.